Okay, so we are back with Saturn in the 12th house. Wow. Woo! I'm gonna tell you something. With this placement, there could be lots of secrets associated with this placement, and people, lots of secrets. Okay, like this person can have a whole other world that they deal in besides the one that people see up front. But this is the craziest thing, because eventually they will eventually get found out. Like if it's something that's not above board, like anybody with a partner with this placement, yes, this person, and not everything, but this person could, not everyone, but this person would, if you have a partner with this placement, yeah, they could be dealing with secret stuff, secret associations, secret talents, secret or hidden interest, mistresses for the woman, mistresses for the men, for the women with the men, or the men with the men, whatever the case may be. Addictions, or just things, interests, hobbies, and stuff that you don't really know about, because for them, they don't want to expose. Like, they don't want to expose these parts of themselves because of judgment, whatever. Like, some literally to be devilish. But still, this placement is not for the faint of hearts. You know, we're dealing with different aspects of abuse. But that's just like even with Saturn in the 8th house. I didn't mention that in the Saturn in the 8th house thing, and I don't want to get too off into this type of conversation in Saturn in the 12th house. But the thing about it is, with Saturn in the 12th house, a lot of this stuff takes place though, because it's really behind the scenes, but it ends up becoming public one way or another. Now, Saturn in the 12th house, people know it can be very powerful. Very powerful. I think I spoke about this in another video that I did. I'm not 100% sure, but Saturn here, you literally, a person can take something from their imagination, from thin air, and materialize it in like a very big structure that, you know, ends up being very popular, well known, that transcends past time. Like, when they pass on, it's still there. This, like, you can see Saturn in the 10th house do this as well, but Saturn in the 10th house is more of like an authoritative figure. But Saturn in the 12th house, this can go, like, it can be strong. Like, you see this with people, like, you know how, like, there's comic book series, like the superhero series, Harry Potter, all of that. You build on something and build on something and build on something until it becomes an unshakable force. And these people can experience quite a bit in their lifetime because of that. And they can take anything that they suffer from, any addictions, anything of the sort, and they can make the best out of the situation by going back and showing other people how they can overcome these situations that they find themselves in to do something better. Like, they could be very good motivational speakers as well, in a serious manner, for like serious situations that people go through. And you can take something, you can create something that acts as if like a healing tool or whatever for people to overcome various situations as well. Now, this is the trick, because a lot of times though, Saturn in the 12th house people, they could be working towards something else, and then they stumble upon a talent that they have, or they have a talent that they could have been working on, or they could have always had an interest in, but they don't really bring to the forefront. They don't really look at it as something that they can profit off of, or that will be something that remains in the world forever. It could have just been something that they do. Like, if they're needing to have a coping mechanism, for whatever reason, they'll go to it. Like, let's say they draw because they got really upset about something, or to escape something that's going on in their household, or let's say they're being made fun of, whatever. Like, this is not limited at all. They draw, they go to draw, but nobody sees their drawing. Or not many people, maybe the closest people around them. It's just something that they use to cope with. Let's say they go to write. Listen, let's say they go to have sex or whatever. Now, I'm being serious, because the reason why I'm saying this is because it doesn't necessarily have to be, we can't ignore the fact that we have a sex industry, and the things that you can get, the channels, the avenues that you can go down, when it comes to stripping, things of that nature. Like, even doing those type of things, they could be well known eventually for it, or they get well known, or it gets publicized some type of way, even if it's a scandal that you're dealing in. Okay, we're not gonna play the safe route. I'm just telling you how it goes. But let's say they write whenever they get upset or they're going through something. Let's say they write songs. Let's say they secretly play an instrument. Whatever the case may be, they can use this later on, or they pull it out, or someone hears them doing it, or someone sees it, the right person at the right time, or they've been working on it all along, and then finally someone is like, hey, you know what? Why don't you try to sell it? Or why don't you try to help others? Or why don't you? And then they're always like, what? No, that's not what I want. Mm-mm. And then they try it, or just by chance, they feel like it's just by chance, but it's just been something that they've been setting up that maybe people didn't notice them for, or whatever. And it works. And it works. And yes, I'm not going to ignore the fact that people with displacement, they could find it particularly hard to feel like they're being heard. People could walk over them. People could ignore them. Don't really look at them as anything significant, or they don't have the authority in the room or at the job or at work. And it's because most of the time it's because the places that they're in are not really the places they're supposed to be on. Or there's something more that they're supposed to become aware of. They're supposed to develop themselves deeper. They're supposed to bring more out of themselves. You see what I'm saying? And it doesn't really, their authority doesn't have to take place or look like it's in the form of sitting on some job or sitting in some place and giving out and dishing out orders and wanting to be in command and people looking at you like that and being stern and all that. No, it could come in another form, that authority, because once you get deemed as, dang, this person is really talented in singing. I like the message that they have. I like how they present themselves. Boom, you're going to be the authority in that area without even really having to project it in a way that you're being authoritative. Because you can take somebody that cuts themselves, like cuts their wrist or whatever, and then they turn around and say, put out the feelings that they felt behind the act, that then has other people recognize, like, dang, these intense feelings, and help them with their life and through their situation. That's authority in that. And it's like I said so many times, when dealing with these placements and things of the nature, what I found out is that a lot of people feel like they don't have success. They feel like things is not working out for them. It's usually because the main thing that people really want to be or see themselves as is indeed not the direction that they're really supposed to be going in, and they don't even see it. It's because it's a lack of people lack the strength, or what that is, of knowing themselves, the strength in knowing themselves. Because once you know yourself, you'll know what your lane is, and you'll know, like, okay, I'm looking over here at Johnny come lately because it looks like they got it going on and they're on top of the world and I don't have nothing. And then, you know what? It doesn't challenge you to do more. A lot of people go into depression. They sink into this victim mentality place, and they don't ever act on what is truly meant for them in their path. Okay? So you have to keep that in mind. So yes, work on things. Use things that you feel like your shortcoming, use it to your advantage. Okay? Really get into your imagination. And I know some of you guys can feel blocked from your imagination because Saturn is here, but no, you're not. You're not. You just fear going deeper into that. You know, things that's of the unknown. It could seem like you fear that, but at the same time, when you get into that unknown, that place of that unknown, when you're not aware that you're in it, it's subconsciously happening. You produce a lot of great stuff. So you have to be able to get there. Have to allow yourself to go there. Now, this has been Saturn in the 12th house. I'm your girl, Butterfly to Life.